Midnight Music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, our friend from Chicago, Smilee, joins us this week to preview the final stop on the Cody Rhodes to WrestleMania, the Elimination Chamber. Also, can Sami Zayn pull off one of the biggest upsets in the history of pro wrestling? Who will Bianca Belair face at WrestleMania? And what the hell did MJF say that may have caused a mini emergency on Long Island? So strap in, folks, and put on your puffiest red bottom boots, just like Seth Rollins, because it's Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 328. Put a smiley on exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now. Fucking love those shoes, though. Oh man, those shoes were the highlights of Raw.
Yeah, the Mario line is pretty good too.
Yeah, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kings Rings Podcast, episode 328. We are going to preview Elimination Chamber. That's your host, King Ricky Rose, along with Willie T, and we have a special guest with us because it is the Friends of the Show, Aaron. This is a special guest who we would consider a Kings of the Rings podcast OG. They've been with us before episode 100. They were with us in New Orleans. They got us crazy drunk in New Orleans, so much that I barely remember that night. When we knew her, she was presiding in Florida, over in NXT country, but originally from Chicago, literally one of the best people that we have ever met, and one of the only fans that we've ever met and stayed in contact with for this long, because we know what happened to Christina. Ladies and gentlemen,
yeah,
we'll just call her Smilee. We knew her as CM Smilee, but we are just going to call her Smilee. How are you?
Hi, hello, hi everyone. Good to be back. I haven't seen y'all since I was blackout drunk on Bourbon Street.
Yeah, it was great.
I saw any of y'all. That's like he said, I don't remember that night at all. He doesn't remember the night. I don't remember the night. I don't know what happened. Okay, that was black.
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. You got us crazy hammered. So much that Dave had to wake us up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That happened.
That was the kicker. We were so bad, Dave had to feed us water and was like, "Are you guys okay?" No, Dave, we were not okay at all whatsoever. But it was a fantastic night, so we're glad to finally have you back. We thank you for keeping up with us for years at this point, which is kind of nuts.
Decade? Maybe a decade? Maybe a long time. Also, I see the Twitch chat. I'm not a Floridian. I was only a Floridian for like 8-10 years. I'm originally from Chicago. I am a Chicagoan, okay? I was only Floridian because I lived there. But I'm from here. I'm from the north, okay? Not the south. They lost the war, okay? We won the war, okay?
They did lose the war.
We won the war.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. I will say when Will and I were traveling to Chicago, you were a good help and telling us not to stay or not to stop in Indiana, just keep going. That
was a state. I literally told that story the other day too. My friend's flying to Wisconsin for work. And I was like, "Hey man, be careful. The Klan's all out there." And he didn't believe it. I was like, "No. We were driving to Chicago and I told him not to stop in Indiana."
Yeah. I remember turning to Will.
Illinois is worse.
Yeah, I remember turning to Will and I was like, "Yo, we just gotta keep going till we get Illinois." He was like, "What?" I was like, "Smilee just told us there's a lot of sundown towns." He's like, "What's that?" I was like, "Just keep driving."
Yeah, I didn't know what a sundown town was. That's kind of forgot the term until just 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, but before we get started on everything, we need to figure out some stuff here about you, Smilee. So you told me, and this is a real fact, that you may be directly related to the former Queen of England. How?
Yes, I am. So basically, somebody on my mother's side of the family, he was a slave and had kids or whatever. And I descended that person all the way back to like medieval times. And I see one of the queen's cousins. And I'm like, this is the cousin of the queen. If they're in my family tree, Holy crap, I'm related to the Queen, former Queen of England, because of slavery. Happy Black History
And that is your Black History Month fact of the week. Will, how do you feel about that factoid?
Fuck the English, right? Fuck the Queen. I'm glad she's dead. Right? I felt that way before Smilee told me the story. So you know what? not, yeah, fuck her more, right?
Oh my god, it is going to be a wild time. Like I said, folks, we are going to go into the Elimination Chamber premium live event, the final stop on the Cody Rhodes to WrestleMania. And there's a reason I'm calling it the Cody Rhodes to WrestleMania, because the Sami Zayn Road to WrestleMania kind of stops here. But before we get to that, obviously, like, share, subscribe, leave us some 5-star reviews. Buy some merch. Smilee, you have been with us for way too long not to have your own Kings of the Rings or Willie T merchandise.
I know, I've been slacking.
Or King Ricky Rose merchandise.
Actually, I did. No. I had a King Ricky Rose shirt.
What the hell happened?
But it's still in storage in my grandmother's garage, because I had like a shit ton. I had like years of stuff from Florida, and I couldn't bring it to this house because there's not enough room for all my shit. So it's still in my grandmother's garage.
Yeah, that tapestry is brand new.
It's comfy. It's only like $40. It's like 5 by 6.
Yeah, no, it's a good time.
If I buy it, it probably will go to my dog, because my dog loves my blankets and she will take over anything.
Listen,
we do have bed sheets.
We have bed sheets. Listen, we can design some dog-related merchandise, actually. So don't tempt me. I will do it.
We need Ricky. We need KOTR doo-doo bags.
That would be great.
Yes.
Shit bags.
My dog will model all the stuff. I will.
Well, I can.
Even though she's not around anymore, she's all in the front room.
We'll make it happen in some way, shape, or form. So the link to all of our great stuff, where you can follow us, our merchandise is in the description below from this video or from this audio if you're listening to us. So before we get into Elimination Chamber, let's talk about MJF causing one of the biggest stirs on Long Island, and quite frankly, making Marks on Long Island look absolutely horrible. I once had
No, in Long Island.
No, don't you start, sir. Don't you start with that raggedy in Long Island bullshit. You went to school on Long Island, you know better.
I'm pretty sure I say on Long Island. In Long Island, this sounds stupid. It does
sound really stupid.
It just sounds dumb. On Long Island, this sounds more cultural.
Yes, it does. Yeah, so Smilee, do you want to take this over? Because...
Yeah, please explain. I vaguely know what happened.
Okay, so when I watched this live, by the way, so I was mildly confused. I was just like, did he just... Okay, so he had a match. We're backstage, and he's cutting his promo. And he's talking about how he had this girlfriend who was black. I'm sorry to say it, she was black, guys. Y'all keep saying it was Liv.
Listen,
no,
Liv's not black.
Wait, everyone thought it was Liv Morgan. She's from New Jersey. She's not from Long Island.
I mean, she could have passed for a Long Island chick, and also, you know.
Yeah, if you told me it was Carmella, I would have believed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I would have believed it. But yeah, like so, they're like, he was like, "Oh, let's call her Liv," and everyone's like, "Oh, Liv," and I'm just like,
"Oh, that's hilarious!
That's why.
That's hilarious!
That's why.
Let's call her
Liv."
What a heel! What a heel! I love this.
Liv
guy.
must be livid. No pun intended.
So he goes on to say how they were in the had been drinking. He had been drinking, and
wait, hold on. Time out, Smilee. Time out. You're telling me a white guy was getting drunk in the Hamptons? Go figure. Go figure.
Shocker there.
Hasn't happened to anybody who's ever been to Bordy Bond, but continue, please.
He gets behind the wheel of a car, and he has his girlfriend in the passenger seat. And they're driving, and she is helping him drive. Helping him while he's driving. Let's just say that.
Of course. Everybody needs a side seat driver, of course.
Helping.
Sometimes you need assistance. What can I say?
Say it on the stream. Say it on the stream without getting your banned.
Yeah, go for it.
Go right ahead. We don't get that many viewers anyways. Come on.
You're on Twitch. I'm not trying to get y'all banned from Twitch. Y'all know they are not W friendly. So
I got it. Ready? I got it. Let me find it real quick. What do you
got?
Blowjob!
There it is.
Yes,
Continue.
I didn't want to get y'all from it. So she's doing that, and he is enjoying it so much that he's not watching the road. And so when he finally does see the road, they crash into a telephone pole. Miraculously, he lives. He wakes up. He's bleeding from the head, and the girl next to him is unconscious for what he said.
Look at that
She's
titty,
unconscious.
though.
Continue.
So he keeps going, and then he says, like 5 minutes later, he takes her unconscious body, or what? Not unconscious, like he said, lifeless. He said, "I take her lifeless body, put it in the front, and put it in the driver's seat." And he gets into the passenger seat, so it made it seem like she did it. She's the one who killed her, got into an accident, killed her, and then also made him, be in the accident.
Ladies,
Is he Tony Soprano?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is how colonialization used to work. Colonialism, not colonialization, colonialism.
Freaked out. And I'm watching, I'm like, did he just admit that he did a DUI and that he may or may not have killed somebody?
Yo, I heard people called Nassau County or Suffolk County Police.
Yeah.
This is what I heard too, that they called over 500 times because they believed it.
My God, Marks. My God. I mean, I don't know what to say about it.
Wait, okay, hold on. What does this story have to do with the wrestling match?
That's my first. That is my question as well.
Like, what is the context of this storyline here?
Is
this a blowjob Sunday match?
I think he was just like she's a loser or something like that, and like he's the best or something like that. I was just like, that made zero sense, and he kind of just admitted to doing a DUI. He may or may not have murdered a girl, but okay.
I don't know how getting away with potential murder makes you a better heel. Although in his defense, worked for OJ and Ray Lewis.
Oh, that's a good example.
Listen.
Ricky.
Oh well, Ray Lewis didn't become a heel; he became one of the biggest baby faces in the history of the NFL. So, but
Yeah, he did.
yeah, and so
it seems like it always happens to the Spanish guy.
Yeah, pretty much is exactly how that goes. But yeah, also I'm very confused. What did this have to do with being a heel and being the champion, which no one has been talking about anywhere for a long time, ever since you got the championship, and also turned it into a really ugly shade of brown.
I don't know.
Exactly. The hotness of MJF and how he might be the next big thing has very, very drastically dwindled in the past couple of months. It's pretty bad. Anywho.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It is weird. Like, I don't understand. Like, isn't he an if you were Daniel Bryan?
He is.
Brian Danielson?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that should be.
I also heard that people upset because like he's doing a car accident promo this like a month after the Briscoe guy died, which is just like, shut up.
It is a little bit of poor timing, but I get it.
Yes.
It really is because everyone knew. If you didn't know Mark, you didn't meet. Is that the right? Oh my God! Did I just mix it up? Did I just mix up when niggas go about this?
It was Jay that passed away.
Yeah,
but
like,
it's not like he was like she was driving like Jay Briscoe. Ooh, it's like he didn't reference it. It's like you're connecting two dots that don't need to be connected. Like you're connecting two dots on two different pages.
This is classic correlation.
Correlation
does not equal causation.
So it's like I get this. It's a stretch, but I get it. But it's just like, bro, two different chapters of the same book.
Yeah, no, it is a bit of a stretch. I think they were probably all marked out. Oh, what's going on, Big Hirsch? Shout out to more black people in the chat. Hey, what's going on, Big Hirsch?
Frets, we still got you and me, buddy.
You're outnumbered on this month, motherfucker.
No, not again. Ricky, quick, get some food. It'll be a cookout.
No, it's not one you're invited to. Well, I'm sorry. But no, it seems weird. Not gonna understand how people would be upset because Jay Briscoe just died. They had that Jay Briscoe tribute, blah 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 blah. But it's just weird. It's just a weird promo that people took way too seriously. That's what it boils down to.
God, I love the internet, especially with wrestling fans.
Yeah, it's the worst. Moving on.
They're the worst.
Yeah, moving on. So also, this just got announced before we did the show this afternoon. Tony Khan said Ring of Honor is going to be coming back with weekly television. Will, how excited are you?
What streaming service am I not going to buy?
It's going to be on the Honor Club streaming service that Ring of Honor already created years ago that no one really buys or subscribes to.
Yeah, I've never bought it.
You see that logo, Ricky, that you put up there? Looks like it was made in 2007.
It's a clean logo. I do like it, though.
More weekly television I'm not going to fucking watch.
There's already too much wrestling on during the week. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Like, you really think I'm going to know?
Yeah,
No.
what day are they going to be on? Tell me why it's... Okay, honestly, maybe they should do Saturday morning.
Saturday? Like a Saturday morning cartoon?
Yes, just Ring of Honor. It's just Camp WWE on repeat. Called Camp ROH. It's just Chris Jericho yelling at himself in a mirror.
You're right, Taekwon. This is a logo begging for Hot Topic. You are absolutely correct. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh, the Ring of Honor acquisition has been just.
They got to sell honor rings. It's like a purity ring. It just says honor.
Really
so that every wrestler can have a ring of honor on them while they wrestle. I love it. I love it. We have just made the Ring of Honor acquisition that much more beneficial if they all have to wear honor rings.
Damn, dude, I'm actually a little surprised. And all honestly, though, I'm actually surprised Tony Khan couldn't get a TV deal for this, or even like an actual streaming deal. Like, nobody sees value in this. I understand that, inflation, recession,
sure,
mergers and acquisitions are happening, and companies are cutting profits and employees and AI and all that fun stuff. But nobody was interested in Ring of Honor, the library, nobody.
You know what it was? I think actually, they're saying that Tony Khan couldn't get a TV deal because I remember the last time they did AEW negotiations, they got that extra time slot or an extra show slot, and they made that Rampage. Yeah.
So what happened there was here's what I heard from The Wire.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted a third hour of Dynamite, and instead they compromised on Rampage.
Yeah, and
which I think is the right call, to be honest.
Sure, which is fine, and I don't think Tony Khan is willing to replace Rampage with Ring of Honor.
Right, I agree.
No, there's no way.
And to Fred's idea of a YouTube deal, what kind of YouTube deal? YouTube doesn't have that kind of I don't think they have that kind of exclusive partnerships. Like, they would need to go to an Amazon.
No.
Or an Amazon, like an Amazon or an HBO, like WWE to Peacock. I think those kind of deals are years away.
Yeah.
Because say what you want about cable TV, cable is still king because that's where all the money is.
Mm-hmm. Look how good the Super Bowl did this year. Right.
But even though I watched it on Hulu, but it's still Hulu cable.
Yeah.
But once you see those cable deals dwindling, which I think is why Vince wants to sell WWE, because you're never gonna get a higher price
than right now.
Yeah. Because he sees the future. Cable's gonna be dead by the time he dies.
Yeah.
So it's like, why sell WWE now? Because it's inflated. First of all, the price of WWE is inflated. Whereas as much of the billions of dollars it's worth, it's
more
worth that much because of the cable deals.
Yeah.
Without cable deals, it's not worth half as much as it's worth. So sell it now.
Yeah,
it's just proof because Ring of Honor couldn't get a TV deal, and Tony Khan's going to struggle to get a TV deal with a Dynamite.
Yeah, he is, and it's a shame because I want Ring of Honor. Like, I would want Ring of Honor just for that library. No, for the library at least. That library is amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely amazing, and the fact they're not doing more with it is a shame. But they also might be victim, like you said, Will, of the market and circumstance.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But let's move on from that. Let's go to why we're actually all here and why we brought in Smilee. Of course, we are here to predict the last stop on the Cody Rhodes to WrestleMania Elimination Chamber, stemming live from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, which I hear is a lovely place, depending on what Canadian you talk to. Sometimes they say it's an absolute shithole. Be that as it may.
Frets, give us 1 to 10 Canadian Leafs. How awesome is it?
1 to 10 Canadian Leafs. How come that hasn't been a trope on this show earlier?
I don't know. Sometimes I'm not that clever.
That one's pretty good. The scale of 1 to 10 Canadian Leafs.
Brother Cody, the King.
It's Reverend Rhodes, like he was.
Reverend Rhodes.
That's not a number. A lovely city isn't a number between 1 to 10.
Yeah, we need a couple of leaps here, Frets.
I need to dumb it down for me.
Yeah. What I love about this is that, so I've noticed the trend that WWE is doing now, making these events bigger. So now there is literally a superstore for every premium live event. So the Elimination Chamber has their own superstore for merchandise and everything. But here's the best part about it: since they're in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, mostly it's a very bilingual and French-speaking part of Canada. So the superstore is in French.
Oh, interesting.
It's like La Boutique Super or something like that.
Ooh.
I was like, wow, good job, WWE. So they have a lot of elimination exclusive merch. We're not going to talk about any of that merch because I saw nothing that was even worth my time, to be completely honest. What I do want to talk about...
If you die in Canada, you respond at the nearest Tim Hortons.
Yo, don't sleep on Timmy Hose. That is a great fucking meal, okay? Tim Hortons is a fucking godsend, I will tell you that. But let's go to what we're all here for and what we're going to talk about the most. The main event. It's not an Elimination Chamber match, it's the main event, because Elimination Chamber matches don't deserve the main event, even if it's called the Elimination Chamber Premium Live Event. The main event of this is going to be a heart-stopper and a heartbreaker between Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn for the undisputed WWE Universal World Heavyweight Championship, whatever they're calling it. Smilee, I will defer to you. How badly will Sami Zayn get close to dying in Montreal?
Very much. Like, he's going to get demolished in his hometown in front of his... I wouldn't be surprised if they have his family front row to watch it. I would not be surprised.
Yes.
If they call his wife, and if they call his wife or Kevin Owens' wife, because apparently they're all like buddy best friends. So I wouldn't be surprised if they call up his wife and like, hey, come to the show, be front row, and be crying and all that. You know, the extra theatrics.
Yeah, Will Tarashak. How extra is this going to be? By the way, Fred says you would love Montreal due to the amount of strip clubs that there are.
Hell yeah. Now you're talking. Yeah, this match is going to be something special, I think. I'm very much excited for it. Yeah, I agree with Taquan. Apollo Zayn, he's going to get his brain clocked through his ears. It's going to be bad. It's going to be great, though. I'm going to just eat my pizza and cry myself to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Listen, they've been promoting this like crazy. Sami Zayn was at the Montreal...
Oh, wait, it's on Saturday, right?
It is on Saturday. Do not forget, it is Saturday, February 18th.
Shit.
Which is...
Yeah, remember, it is the same day as Mercedes Moné's match in New Japan against Kairi Sane. It is the same day, same time.
Wow.
I'm going to have to watch it on Monday or Sunday night.
It is also the same day and night as NBA All-Star Weekend, which a la dunk contest, and I always kind of want to tune in to see if there's anything entertaining on that, but I'm going to watch Sami Zayn get his ass beat by Roman Reigns, and let me tell you, Roman Reigns has been absolutely ruthless. If you don't believe me, follow him on TikTok.
Oh, he did. Oh my god.
That TikTok was really funny.
He made like one video. He had like 1 million people following him. I was like, he made one video.
Listen, he is God mode at another level. He's greatness on a different level. That is a real thing. This man made this man said one TikTok. It's like, hey TikTok, I'm here. Over 1 million followers instantaneously. Absolutely disgusting. Here's how I think the match is gonna go. Roman's going to beat him down. It's going to be classic wrestling psychology. Roman's going to beat the shit out of him. Sami Zayn's going to keep on fighting back. He's never going to give up, essentially. And then at one moment when you think it's all over, Sami Zayn is going to have like a Hulk Hogan. Sorry, Smilee, but he's going to have a Hulk Hogan like ramp up and get the crowd to lose their mind. And it's going to be one of the greatest false finishes in the history of wrestling. Sami Zayn almost winning in Montreal. Roman's going to kick out at like 2.99. And then the beatdown's going to happen after that.
I don't know. Fred's made a good point, though. They have to let the Usos into Canada. They have DUIs.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
You know what I mean? Like, For real though.
We'll find.
That's a problem.
The Usos, they can't leave the country. Apparently, they can't leave the country because of their DUI. So.
Yeah.
Especially Canada. Yeah, especially Canada.
No,
they
on SmackDown.
Canada don't fuck around with DUIs.
I think on SmackDown, Paul Heyman essentially talked him.
Wrote him off TV.
Yeah, wrote him off TV.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, just yeah. So I think they might be covered in that aspect, which is fine because here's the thing: this story doesn't need the Usos now.
It does. Jay is okay right now, but yeah, Jay is very much a part of this story.
No, Jay's a part of the story.
They can bring Solo. They can bring Solo.
Yeah, they can bring Solo. Like,
watch, he's gonna get pulled over by the Mountie.
The Mountie comes and saves him.
Yeah.
I want it like, all right, so like stupid Mark Book, and I want this to be like an all Canadian affair. Like I want Lance Storm to come out and try to take out Roman. Like I want Roman to bury all the Canadian superstars that they can find.
I want the ghost of Stu Hart to wheel his ass down there.
Not the ghost of Stu Hart.
You know what? You know what it is? Here's what can happen, and if this does happen, that's messed up, Taquan. If this does happen, it'll be, I'll laugh so hard. What if a Montreal screw job Sami? What if they Montreal screw job Sami Zayn? What if Roman puts Sami in the sharpshooter? Because I think the sharpshooter spot is going to happen because if Roman's a great heel, that's exactly what he'd do.
It's going to.
Dude, if he puts him in a sharpshooter, that would be a great move.
On the floor, I would be like, "What a brilliant!" Gotta piss off the crowd 101.
I want a sharpshooter Montreal like screw job. It'll be the greatest. Roman might die. Roman might die.
Brett comes out?
Brett does not want any of Roman. I could see Brett coming out and Roman spearing Brett.
Breaks him in half. Superman punch. His head falls off.
Yeah.
Like I go on Harry Potter. We got nearly had this Nick. We're gonna have nearly had this Brett.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can see a lot happen. This is going to be an epic beatdown. I mean, Sami has already played the broken babyface perfectly, especially with that promo with him and Reverend Rhodes. What did you think about the righteous Reverend Smilee and his promo with Sami Zayn on Monday Night Raw?
It made me emotional because anytime Cody gets on the mic, I'm automatically just tuned in. Like everything else, I am ignoring because Cody just knows how to get you to watch him and listen to him. Like, I don't know. His promos are just so good. And they're just, makes you want to get up and go, I can do this! And all this shit. Like, yeah! Like, I don't know. His promos are something. It's
one of those things that works with a WWE crowd and not an AEW crowd, clearly.
Yeah.
Here's the thing what I enjoyed about this, Will, is that Sami comes out, he's hijacking the show, essentially, whatever. And he's like, I need to talk to Cody. Cody comes out, and literally, this is a Brooklyn crowd, by the way, and the crowd goes nuts for Cody. And I remember tweeting, you hear that, Sami? That's why you're not main eventing WrestleMania.
Yeah, dude, you got Brooklyn and not boo him.
Yeah.
Like if Brooklyn gave Cody a bigger pop than Sami, then that's telling you something.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's why they're going to Montreal, because that's how Sami gets a big pop. You're in his hometown.
No.
Yes, Sami gets his WrestleMania moment too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, he'll get that.
It's not going to be against. He's going to get his moment against Roman. He's not going to win, but fuck him, he's not going to win. He's not a main event title holder. Like in this era of WWE, he's not.
No. But here's the thing. He's gonna have a phenomenal moment at Chamber. He's gonna have a phenomenal moment at WrestleMania with Kevin Owens against the Usos. Yeah.
So, like I said last week, Sami Zayn's not gonna be buried. Like he's gonna be very well taken care of. And isn't it funny that like about a little over a year ago we were talking about how Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were both gonna go to AEW.
Yeah.
And then they didn't, and look what happens.
Yeah, and also I think Sami was on either like
K Murphy.
Yeah, my bad. Sami was on I think Chris Van Vliet or something like that, and he mentioned how he had been kind of petitioning Vince at the time to get to be in the program with Roman, and it didn't really happen. And then obviously creative changed drastically, and all of a sudden he got the opportunity. And his big thing was like they allowed it to breathe and see what happens.
It was supposed to be a 3-week story.
Yeah.
And it just continued and it continued and it continued.
Yeah, they saw something and they ran with it, and good on them. Yeah. Good on them. And listen, this is the logical conclusion to the Sami Zayn chapter of the Roman Reigns story. Say logical conclusion, because you got to think big picture here, and we're gonna go into a little bit of wrestling psychology here and storytelling in general. You have to make Roman Reigns, and you started it at Royal Rumble by
No, Ricky, we lost Ricky.
Well, let's see. Let's get me. Oh, there we go. No, I think he's still talking. He's still talking, but we can't hear him.
There we go. We're here now.
Ricky,
I'm here.
There
I'm
we
here.
are.
I'm
Okay,
here.
I think I marked the audio.
That's okay. We're back now. We're back.
Tell your story.
I'm gonna talk my shit real quick. Yeah, I froze a little bit. I don't freeze. But since you guys can all hear me,
I'm never free.
yeah. Yeah, sorry, my Black Panther's in me. Will, you better watch Wakanda Forever. You have no excuse now. It's February.
Yeah. All right.
It's
a long story. I got like sick twice.
He got pink eye twice. It was great.
That's what I got.
Disney Plus now. Go watch it.
I got
Disney
pink eye
Plus
twice
now.
because of Black Panther. All right, Ricky, tell your story. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so here's the thing with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns needs to look like the biggest monster in the world. And the only way that you do that is to make him essentially beat the shit out of Sami. Sami already looks like a great babyface that you want to have win, and you need Roman to decimate him. Completely and utterly decimate him, so that he becomes the villain that everybody hopes to see.
Correct.
And that's really what you got to do for that, and that's what is going to happen as I'm messing with my own camera. So give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah, I'll stall. For
Actually,
you.
no, we can do it. Here's what we can do, because I've already set
He needs
this
his
up.
heat, man.
No,
He needs his heat.
yeah. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go straight to intermission real quick, because I still have an intermission slide. Duh. So that we can fix this. So we will be right back.
Still the intermission slide.
Midnight music.
As you are now sideways, Smilee. Thank you. But we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that a little bit of technical difficulties. But anywho, as we were saying, Roman Reigns is going to decimate Sami Zayn. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And I can't wait for it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I hope I boo this man, even though I got to think Roman Reigns.
Listen, it worked in San Antonio at the Rumble. They gotta fuck your Roman. We haven't screamed fuck your Roman since we thought he retired the Undertaker.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we told anybody to fuck off in WWE.
yeah. It was great. I was a part of that first ever fuck your Roman crowd. It was one of the best feelings in the world, to be completely honest with you. But let's move on here because we can talk about Sami Zayn dying. And honestly, if I can be serious for a moment, no pun intended. Sami Zayn's best work is when he gets his ass beat. Remember when Kevin Owens TKO'd him in NXT?
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
That was fun.
Absolutely beautiful. Made Kevin Owens seem like an unstoppable monster. That's going to happen again, but Roman's going to drag it out.
Except Roman's already an unstoppable monster.
Yeah.
I think it was like December 2019.
The last person to pin him was Corbin.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know what storyline that was?
Was somebody speaking of dog food?
That was the dog food storyline, yes. That was the dog food storyline. Anywho, moving on, folks, to what should be a WrestleMania match, but for some reason we're blowing our load early and putting this at Elimination Chamber. Brock versus Bobby 3, because you can just number the matches at this point.
Nah, it's gonna be a brawl. No match.
You think this is a bait and switch?
Yes.
I'm okay with that. It better go to Mania because there's no reason. No offense to Montreal, Quebec, Canada. There's no reason for this match to be on Elimination Chamber.
Come on, Ricky. Obviously, Brock's gonna go face Gunther at Mania. Duh. I mean, duh. What's gonna happen?
No, I thought it was
Come on,
gonna
Ricky. Don't read Twitter.
Yeah. I do, unfortunately. Fretch, you do have a good point. It could be the fight pit at Mania.
That'd be really cool.
The fight pit on Extreme.
Lion's Den.
The fight pit at Extreme Rules was a very well designed match. Yes,
it's a cage with no door and kind of a roof.
And Daniel Cormier yoking people up.
Yeah, DC not really knowing what to do.
It was fine, except I want DC to come back and do it with Brock and Bobby and just have Brock and Bobby just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, DC would look really small in that ring.
They don't respect him at all.
DC's a big... Yeah, Brock just hold a piece of paper again. No, but it'd be striped. It'd be like a paper ref.
Yeah, paper ref, paper champion. I love it. I will say this. I love Brock Lesnar more and more as the weeks go by. This man showed up to Brooklyn with a cowboy hat with a feather in his cap.
What a guy.
Begging Sable, who never wants to appear on TV ever again. Listen, I love me some Sable too. Oh, we can't hear Smilee. Don't worry, we will work on that right now. But keep talking, Will.
No, I got an audio on my recording, so
it's not coming up here on the feed, but I can fix that.
Oh well, I can see what you're working on here. The nice background of OBS. Yeah,
No, you're good. You're good, Smilee. We're working on it.
Country Brock's fun. I got no complaints with Country Brock.
Yeah.
Sable needs to go in the Hall of Fame eventually, before she dies. So I'm sure she'll get in there. And they're running out of women to put in, so. Dude, they haven't announced any Hall of Fame members yet.
No, they haven't, which is kind of weird.
Who are they? Are they running out of people?
Yeah.
They're all contracted to AEW.
Yeah. Or we're
You
dead.
still got Rock, you still got Cena, you still got technically Batista.
No, well, didn't Batista go in but like not accept it or something?
Yeah, he didn't give a speech. He didn't like do none of that. Technically, he is then. Fretz, can you hear us?
Yeah, you can. Really? Sid, Batista, Bam Bam. Interesting.
Oh yeah, Psycho Sid and Bam Bam, of course. That's good. Dude, I love Psycho Sid. I don't care what anybody says. He is such a moron.
Yeah, so who do you bring in this year?
I don't know.
Is Daniel Bryan a Hall of Famer? Did he? No.
No.
Yeah.
He is?
No, Daniel
Okay,
Bryan's not in
he's
the Hall
already
yet.
Hall of Famer.
Not yet.
Yeah, he could have been, but you fumbled the bag and let him go.
Listen.
Sasha could have been, but you fumbled the bag, let her.
There we go.
walk.
You got it now. Right?
Yeah, she's good now.
Well, he wanted to leave. That wasn't WWE's fault. He was going to leave regardless.
Yeah,
you know,
Daniel Bryan was gonna, because Vince wasn't gonna make him do all that crazy shit, or wasn't gonna let him do all that crazy shit anymore, and he wanted to go.
I feel like if Vince did let him do all that crazy shit, he still would have left.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to go.
He wanted to go.
I think
Him
D-Bry
and-
wanted a challenge. He wanted something different. He wanted to work with these other guys.
Yeah,
Which
him and Mox are ready to go. They were ready to.
Well,
get on
yeah,
the horse and leave.
judging by Mox's book, no shit, he was ready to go. Holy crap!
I still have not read it. Like, I need to read it.
I read the
really
excerpts. We're gonna have a Mox super fan on here one day. I know exactly who she is. She'll tell us all about it.
Great Muda would also be a good one in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Even Miko Satomura, she hasn't had that much time. Like, I know she's doing shit on NXT, but like, yeah, whatever.
Her in, or to actually hear something. I know, but Roman could just come out and be like, you know what, you don't need any Hall of Famers. Put me in. I'm the tribal chief. Just put me in there.
I would love that, actually. That's a great
him.
that's a great addition to fucking his character.
Like, he's the tribal chief, even though he hasn't been in WWE long. Like, he's done enough, and so he said, "I'm putting myself in the Hall of Fame because I'm the tribal chief." And then all the family comes out, and then somehow, some way, The Rock gets there. I don't know. That's how you set up a fusion match between him and The Rock, and
Yeah, you get The Rock like 7 years to get ready, and then he goes in. You know, it works out.
The Rock's not a Hall of Famer, is he?
No,
Not yet.
not yet. He will
What?
be.
They haven't put him in yet?
The Rock.
Well, his schedule, I
Yeah,
guess.
The Rock's about to launch the XFL on Saturday, which is also happening on Saturday as well. XFL 3.0. It's going to be a great fucking
the XFL
Saturday.
is back again?
Yeah, The Rock bought it.
What a birthday weekend I got coming up here.
You have XFL, you have Elimination Chamber, you have NBA All-Star Saturday night. You've got a lot of shit.
Wow.
Jazz and I are also going to see Titanic in the movie theaters on Saturday.
Who wants to go see Titanic again?
Listen, it's
It's my favorite movie. It's in 4K.
yeah, I don't know why it's your favorite movie, but whatever.
I don't know either. That's weird.
All right, let's move on to more wrestling stuff. The U.S. title is on the line with Austin Theory, aka Young Rock, essentially, because he's in his young Hollywood rock phase.
Yeah.
Versus Bronson Reed, everybody's resident thick boy, because it is thick boy season whenever Bronson Reed shows up. Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, Montez Ford, who is going to frog splash the living shit out of that cage. Damian Priest, because you gotta have somebody who sounds like Scottie Pippen, and the drip god himself, Seth freaking Rollins. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the first match that starts Elimination Chamber, but I'm actually very excited for this. So here's the thing.
This is a good lineup.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Well, does Austin Theory come out of here alive?
Yes. Yes. Oh,
Well-
actually,
Oh, but he's still going to be champion, unfortunately.
no. I'm going to say no.
Mm.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Does Seth drop it to Logan Paul at WrestleMania?
Stop it.
Stop it now.
You shut your whore
Stop
mouth.
it now.
I'm just saying, man.
Shut your whore mouth.
I'm just
Whore
saying,
mouth, Will.
man. If Seth wins this, because him and Logan is the match, I can't see anyone else winning this title other than Seth Rollins. And I would not mind him versus Logan Paul being for the U.S. title. And I do think Theory's going to go on against Cena, which doesn't need the U.S. Why does Cena need the U.S. title? That's stupid.
He doesn't.
So Theory needs to drop. So give it to Seth, because Seth's great with it. And Seth versus Logan Paul makes that match a little more interesting. It's a little less predictable. It's a little less predictable on who's going to win. And I wouldn't mind seeing Logan Paul with that title. Just saying.
It would implode WrestleMania, which I'm actually all for.
You know what, dude, Ricky? Those headlines.
Logan Paul, internet self-made social media influencer. Logan Paul
is the champion
of the United States of America. Yep, knew it.
Stop it. I will hate everything.
He's America's champion, dude.
Listen, honestly,
just make his side plates his fucking energy drink from KSI.
Honestly, from a business perspective, that's a great move. That's a great move. Yeah. It's better than Patrick Mahomes getting the WWE title immediately after winning the Super Bowl.
Dude, that could have been one from 2 years ago. Who knows? You know what I mean?
True.
That's what I thought.
No, but you can tell by the leather on the strap. It's brand new.
It's brand new. So you know what? Triple H probably went to each beforehand.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just created side plates.
Is it just in case?
Yeah, it's the magic.
What do you think? Do you think he reached out to Philadelphia? It's like we're gonna need that back.
Probably.
We're gonna win.
Probably. It's the magic of 3D printing, and it's made everything better. But back to this match.
If not Seth Priest.
Judgment Day needs something. Smilee, who do you got for
Judgment Day needs something, right? I mean, I can't imagine what we're going to see. What Priest could do at WrestleMania. Well, then again, if Priest wins it, like, who's he going to go up against? Because Edge is going against Finn Balor. We're going to have the U.S. champions have to do a run-in. That sounds stupid, too.
It does. You have 2 days of WrestleMania. You can find a spot for all of your champions. But Smilee, who wins this for you?
Much as I don't want him to, I think Theory is going to walk away from this still champion. Barely, but champion. I want Montez to win, but I really want Montez to have a title finally. That's not a tag championship. I want him to have his own title, but I think Theory, unfortunately, will walk away with this fucking title, but barely.
Ricky, did you hear back from WWE Shop, by the way?
Oh, yeah, I did. I do have to get to you on that. You probably didn't know, Smilee, if you didn't follow us on Twitter. I tweeted at WWE Shop directly on Monday about the idea of, and I've been saying this for fucking weeks, and I finally took the leap and finally tweeted at them, of doing custom Street Profit jerseys.
Yes! I want one so bad! Give it to me!
I'd buy one. I don't buy WWE merch, but I'd buy one.
This is your proof, WWE Shop. I'm going to clip this and send it to them. This is your proof, WWE Shop. We need custom Street Profits merch.
One.
So ironically, I tweeted about it at WWE Shop.
Motherfucker, charge per letter on the back.
Yeah, right? And literally, this guy Drew, who works for WWE Shop, shout out to Drew. You are now you are now slated to be our next Hall of Famer if you can get these merch done. Drew literally responded to me. He was like, "DM me your idea." Essentially, is what he said.
You better get paid for this idea.
I better.
You better get paid.
I better. And so I DM'd him the idea, and they responded in the morning, and it was like, "Oh, good idea, blah blah blah. If you have any more ideas," and then he sent me a link to send it through Fanatics, because obviously they partner with Fanatics. And literally, I know Fanatics makes custom jerseys because they do it for every other major sport. So this is an easy process for anybody to do.
I'd be like, listen here, Drew. All I want is 0.5 commission. 0.5%. That's
That'll work.
1/2 of 1%.
That'll work.
It's like it'll be like $10,000
initially, and then it'll keep going, and I'll make more.
I need it. I want it.
No, I would love Montez for.
I know Bianca used to make custom jackets before she got called up. When she was in NXT, she would make custom Bianca jackets.
Well, she would do her own. Bianca's always made stuff. Bianca made her own gear.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bianca makes their gear too.
Like, she was selling the jackets were like $100-something, and people were buying it.
Yeah, I would.
Who do you think makes those custom those jerseys for them? Because every single city they have one.
She does.
Yeah.
She makes it.
Bianca makes clothes when she went to
I mean
anxiety.
the Street Profits jerseys.
Yeah, she does.
She does.
She makes those too?
I think she does. Yeah, she likes to make clothes when her anxiety's high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
See how that ass looks on Monday? God damn.
She was the real thick boy, my lord.
She must have been real nervous. She must have been real anxious about that jersey, that outfit.
Liz, she does great work. And she does good.
It was so tight it could trap a fart.
Anywho, if anybody's going to benefit from this Elimination Chamber match, it's gonna be Montez Ford, and it's also going to be Janet Gargano. Because if you look at this as a whole, you have two of the best wrestling psychology minds that in the ring right now. You have Seth Rollins, you have Johnny Gargano, who just knows how to create an epic match out of nothing. Yeah. This man super kicked a skeleton during NXT Halloween Havoc, and it was one of the best pops of the night. Okay,
that was pretty funny. I remember that.
Okay,
Seth and Johnny have to start, right?
I would make them start. Yeah, I mean, Montez Ford is going to be great. Bronson Reed is probably going to do a massive splash and almost kill somebody, and I'm here. I'm here for it from the top of a pod. Yes.
I know about Bronson. I know he recently had like a match or something like that at a house show, and he barely got any. Crowd just went silent.
Listen, they haven't used him well enough. But this will be a great coming out party for him.
Yeah. He needs to be reintroduced.
Yeah. This is going to be great. And this is going to be good for Johnny, too, because Johnny hasn't had anything good besides the Dexter Lumis shit.
He hasn't done shit.
Yeah. I mean, there's a finite amount of time in WrestleMania, but I think this is going to be good. This is going to be a very, very fun Elimination Chamber match. Compared to Here Come the Women, a.k.a. the Kana Sacrifice match, because all these women are going to be sacrificed to Kana, aka Asuka, or formerly known as Asuka, because I'm never calling her Asuka, because that face paint is Kana. Okay.
And that's fun. I think people on Twitter call her Dark Asuka. I'm like, it's Kana.
It's just Kana, folks.
Dark Asuka. Wow, this Elimination Chamber is very predictable.
Yeah.
I wonder who's going to win this one. No Becky, no Bailey. Asuka's there. That's cool. No Lacey Evans either.
No Lacey yet.
No, thank God. Oh,
is that Chelsea Green on the left?
No, that's Carmella.
That's Carmella?
Yeah. And Chelsea, that's Carmella. Chelsea Green is too busy bitching at Adam Pearce every show, which is actually really funny.
It is really funny. It is really funny.
From what I heard, her new character is she's a Karen.
Yes, that's clearly what it is, and it's great.
She's a Karen. And I'm just like, you were a Karen on the indies. Like, girl, I don't need to see it on TV. Like,
Charles, it's not a story that Jedi would tell you.
I'm like, I didn't like you when you were at GCW with your husband. I don't like you now. Like, sorry, girl.
Listen, Darth Asuka the Wise. That's very good, Charles. That is very good, Darth Asuka the Wise. No, Asuka / Kana is going to destroy. Natty's going to get a great pop because, Canada, and you need a Canadian representation in this match.
Canada. She's going to come out in all her dad's gear, sunglasses, jacket.
Yeah.
Beard. All of it.
I would not be surprised if Brett walks her to the ring. I would not be surprised.
Listen, Brett's got some. Brett needs to get his steps in, so I can understand if Brett would come out for this.
Brett's gonna go. Is Goldberg here?
No, we're good. All right.
Goldberg here.
We're good. Okay. No, this is totally predictable. Although, fun fact, Liv Morgan has been in the most women's elimination chambers in history, which is kind of weird. But yeah, here's my prediction. I think Liv Morgan and Asuka or Kana actually are going to be the last two, and Liv's going to die.
Yeah, Liv's going to die. She's going to get her face is going to be have all the mist. Because, Kana's going to bring back the mist. Or, I don't know. Because I know we can't do, like, the blood stuff we used to do back in Japan. So it's going to be, like, the color blue. Like she did when she had
at Rumble, yeah.
Thing with Carmella. She had, like, the blue coloring come out of her mouth. And I'm like, oh, that's supposed to be blood, but we can't use blood because... So
here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do with this right now.
I hope Liv gets eliminated first.
I love Liv, and Liv is a great lovable loser. But... there is something about when she gets beaten down and she's all like kind of just sweaty, but like she's like, come on, and like going nuts like that, because she has a knack for looking great during Extreme Rules matches. When she gets her ass beat, this will do wonders for her. Like she's a good loss, which is weird to say.
Yeah, she is.
But
I really do not need what is that girl's name? The tall one. The tall
Raquel.
one whose gimmick is my back. Yeah, my back girl. Yeah, who cares about
Big
her?
Mommy Cool.
The what?
Big Mommy Cool is what we used to call her in NXT until they made her smile too much on the main roster.
Yeah, tell her she sucks.
I don't like her, and I don't like her boyfriend. I definitely don't like her gimmick. Her gimmick is I smile and, ooh, look at my back, I'm strong.
Like, see, it worked when she was a badass in NXT, and they totally made her smile. They gave her the Apollo Crews treatment, which was a bad move.
Yeah, at least her gimmick isn't, hey, I'm also Spanish.
No, they do that during Spanish Heritage Month. Then they'll run in one, hey, y'all know Raquel Spanish, right?
Here's the best thing with Raquel when they did. I remember NXT did a presser like a year or so ago, and it's back when, well, more than a year ago. It's back when Cross was champion. They did a presser before one of their big events, and they had Spanish press there, or press from a Spanish speaking country. I'll put it better that way, and. What was good about it is that Raquel, who is naturally bilingual, answered the question in both Spanish and English. And that's a great use of the fact that, oh, she's Spanish, and that's not something you throw out to the world like that. You don't force her to do that. She has spoken, hey, Matt Ritter's here from Smack It Raw. She has spoken in Spanish during some of her promos, but like it's not something that they're forcing onto the audience, which I think is a very positive thing. She just needs to stop smiling and just start killing people. Like, that's what she needs to do.
I just don't want to see her do the look at my back thing again. It got old real quick. I'm like, okay, girl, we get it. You're back. Okay. What else?
Baby's got back.
So
she don't got a front,
boring.
so she got to show the back.
She already has somebody that lifts weights and eats steaks in her life, so she doesn't need anything else.
The Mansoor Saudi push.
She does need the Mansoor Saudi push, I'm not going to lie. But no, she's going to be sacrificed like everybody else to Kana. Kana will go to face Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. And honestly, I want to see that all day, every day.
Yeah, I need to see that.
If we're not going to...
Bring me Kana.
Yeah.
Full Kana. Full Kana. If we get to see full Kana at WrestleMania, this is just half Kana, and we get the full Kana experience at WrestleMania, give it to me.
Yeah, because we're not getting Charlotte and Bianca, which I think is a massive misstep. But this is the next best thing.
Maybe
I don't really care about Charlotte and Rhea, to be honest.
Maybe we get that at SummerSlam at Backlash. No, SummerSlam.
Don't you dare say WrestleMania Backlash. We get that match. God no. But yeah.
No. SummerSlam. What do they say for SummerSlam? With SummerSlam, I will be there because again,
it's in Detroit.
SummerSlam is in Detroit, and that's a 5-hour drive from my house, so I'll be there.
Nice. We will go to your house, and you will drive us the 5 hours to SummerSlam in Detroit.
Why not? Why not? You just gotta deal with me staying at a fucking casino. So
listen, that's fine with me. I need some extra money in my life. So let's move on to, hey, there's a tag match featuring a Hall of Famer and someone else from Canada. We have Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley, which is just going to be a fun match. I'm going to count the number of times Edge tries to slap his wife's ass on national TV, which would be a great counter because he tries to slip one in there every time they're on TV.
Every time. Every time. Makes her mad. Every time.
Don't blame him. She has a good sense of humor about it most of the time. most of the time.
Beth is a professional. She likes to be a professional. But you slap her ass, she's going to be like,
oh, please. Edge gets pegged at home.
I have no counter to that, really. I have no counter to that at all, to be completely honest with you.
You know it's true.
Yeah. So this is also going to be a pretty interesting match. This will obviously set up Finn and Edge at Mania, I believe.
I believe, yeah.
And Beth is just going to be Beth because she's here for a one-off. Clearly here for a one-off.
She got bored at home. She got bored at home and said, you know what? I can do some moves. Let's go.
Yeah, Beth's one of those people, like, Beth could still wrestle in this day and age and be good at it. You know what I do miss, Will? Do you remember Beth on NXT?
Commentary. Yeah, she was good.
She was fun. Every time I think Beth on NXT, I remember her with MSK, and they were eating popcorn.
Yes, eating the popcorn.
Yes.
She was way better than Renee Young at commentary.
Yes, because Beth wrestled.
Yeah, also probably because Renee had Vince in her ear. That probably was really hard.
I've heard Vince is a crazy person.
You gotta smile more.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think Edge and Beth win this. You got to get the hometown something, right?
Yeah, they're gonna get something. They're gonna go full
Shit,
Canadian with this.
of course.
Yeah.
They're gonna go full Canadian, full blown Canadian.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Before we get to the final match, this is the final match that we have here so far. How many sharpshooters do we see during this premium live event? Will Tarashak, how many?
God, dude, way too many.
Okay.
I hope they save it just for Roman.
I would.
It's like, sorry, Natty, no sharpshooter for you.
Smilee, how many sharpshooters do we see during this premium live event?
I'd say we get about 8 sharpshooters and maybe one of the. Ooh, what was Brett and her dad's tag team? I can't think of their name right now.
Heart Dungeon?
No, the Heart Foundation.
Heart Foundation.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna set that up, and it's gonna be Natty to do it. So we're probably gonna get one of those.
All right, no, Wiki, I got it. We're gonna have one sharpshooter, and then 9 of whatever Sting's move was called. The
Scorpion Deathlock.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Scorpion Deathlock. We're gonna have 9 of those.
Yeah, Corey Graves is gonna be like, that's not the sharpshooter, that's the Scorpion Deathlock by some other guy. Or something
Some other guy.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know, some grandpa made this move. It'll be good. So yeah, I think Edge and Beth will win it for the Canadian crowd because Sami Zayn's gonna break everybody's heart. Wow, you guys are some assholes in the chat.
Yeah, you guys are asses.
Fred says we're gonna get 10 sharpshooters. Charles says we're getting 14.
I say about 7 or 8. Sharpshooters.
No, here's what we're gonna get 1 sharpshooter from Roman. We're gonna get a double sharpshooter from Natty because that's what Natty does randomly.
Yeah, Natty does.
You get double sharpshooter from Natty. Edge and Beth are gonna sharpshooter to both of them, and then somehow Rhea and Finn are gonna sharpshooter each other. I'm gonna kiss.
Karl Malone. There's no Karl Malone. Stop it. But yeah, so that's Elimination Chamber. I'm excited for this, for the most part. But the big question is, Smilee, since you are the guest returning on our show, how many crowns, how good will this premium live event or pay-per-view be? 1 being the worst thing you've ever seen, 10 being the best in crowns. So 1 to 10 crowns. How good will this Elimination Chamber premium live event be?
7. I give it 7 crowns. Because somehow, some way, the women's match is probably going to piss me off.
Yeah, probably. Will Tarashak?
I'm gonna agree for the exact same reasons. 7.
I'm gonna do some fuck shit to the women's match that's gonna make me mad.
It's not gonna piss me off. It's gonna make me yawn.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna be the optimist. I'm gonna give it an 8. It's not gonna be the greatest thing, but it's gonna be a good. Here's the thing. I think Elimination Chamber is gonna be a good primer for the main storylines coming out of it.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's going to be a good primer. Like, it's going to be Roman and Sami are going to highlight, and they're going to put on essentially a match of the year candidate, and it's going to set up the WrestleMania main event between Roman and Cody, which is going to be great. Kevin Owens gets involved in some way, shape, or form because Kevin Owens is not going to be that close to Montreal and not do anything. Which I think that might set up, Kevin coming to Sami Zayn once Sami's like left bloody in the middle of the ring afterwards.
Yep.
If Sami comes out to his old entrance music, his original one,
Lose my mind.
I will start ska dancing in my apartment all over the place.
8.
I will be in
the
my house.
minimum.
I will be in this room just doing the dance. I will be so excited.
Here's what's gonna happen. Sami Zayn is going to come out like he did the first time in Montreal and separate his shoulder when he's going up the ramp, going up the steps.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going to happen. Like he went up against Cena. He still put off a great match.
He did.
With a separated shoulder. I think it's going to be good. I think the U.S. title match is going to be a good primer for whatever's going to happen there for 2 matches, at least. And that's pretty much... Oh, yeah, and Kana's going to face Bianca, so that'll be a good primer, too.
Yeah, it's a 2-match card, so it's those 2 matches have to really deliver.
Yeah, and I think they will, especially if you bookend them, which I think is what you should do. And it's going to be great. I am very excited for this. But I said I'm going to give it 8. It's going to be a good setup. And the best part about this is there is nothing else in the way between that and WrestleMania. It is just story building, which is what you need.
Somebody gets hurt. Unless somebody gets hurt this weekend. Somebody gets hurt.
Don't you dare put that out into the universe, Smilee.
I'm not, but like Elimination Chamber and like Hell in a Cell, like anytime there's cell matches, somebody gets injured. What's up, everything?
Somebody's gonna get their ass kicked. Somebody's gonna get the pussy whipped. Somebody's gonna get their ass kicked.
Break his neck. Oh my god, that is actually a really great theme song. It's a good theme song to work out to, by the way.
It's so ridiculous. Fucking Mark Henry.
It's a good theme song to work out to, I will tell you that. There's nothing like working out to WWE theme songs.
It works. It does.
It's a good energy boost.
Until you get away.
You are very flat on your stuff, but it's fine. It's fine. That's pretty much all we have for this show this week, and it was a great show. So thank you, Smilee, for joining us on this show. Obviously, you are more than welcome back, and when you do return, Smilee, we do need you in some of our Kings of the Rings merchandise. Damn it.
Well, definitely, because I'm not going to go to this. I'll just get a new shirt, because I don't feel like going garage hunting in my grandmother's garage when it's 20 degrees outside and it's fucking snowing.
Listen, we have hoodies for that, too. Our hoodies are one of the most comfortable things we've ever made.
And while we were recording, someone bought a WrestleMania stainless steel tumbler.
I wonder who did that.
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Does his name begin with a J? That's a yes, Will.
Yes. Yes. I was like, Mr. begins with M.
That's a yes, Will. That's a yes. But yeah, no, you got to buy some of our merch. I think I'm coming out with a new line of merchandise for my own personal site. But all of our stuff is in our shop below. We have a bunch of shit. You can buy tote bags, duffel bags for us. We can do everything. What is it, computer mats? Or desktop mats? Condoms are coming, too. We're not. We can't design condoms. Although we should find a way.
I'll definitely probably get a bag and a shirt because I'm gonna need a bag if I'm going to Detroit for some family.
Well, I think they just came out. I think they just came out with like a bigger like weekend bag or something. I'll figure it out. I'll show you on the post.
That will work.
I'll show you on the post, or I'll link it to you on one of our stuff. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Remember, it's this Saturday, folks. Elimination Chamber is this Saturday because all WWE events outside of WrestleMania will always be on a Saturday because that's just really fucking smart. And you have a break on Sunday. The day of hangovers is usually what it is.
Hangovers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hangovers.
So I'll be watching it. Smilee, you on PlayStation?
No, I don't have a PlayStation. I have an Xbox and I have a Switch.
Oh, I have an Xbox as well. Because I'm just weird like that, and I had a lot of money from the panorama, aka the pandemic. So I'll probably be.
I bet you did.
I'll be watching probably on PlayStation with Charles actually. So if anybody wants to join in on our little shindig, you guys are more than welcome. I'm clearly out in Bash of the Bigs. But with that being said, we're gonna do the post show. So Smilee, are you joining us for the post show too for a little bit?
Of course.
Oh, we're gonna do the post show. We're gonna do all this fun shit.
To do.
Awesome. Will, are you ready, sir?
Yeah, I got
you. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, technical difficulties and all, episode number 328, Put A Smilee On. Our good friend, the Chicago-made Smilee, CM Smilee, as we originally knew her, joined us to talk about Elimination Chamber and all the other random shenanigans that we've been through in life. Smilee, thank you for joining us. Obviously, find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets as well. If you're listening to us, please make sure you're listening to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast, and follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at Addict_Wrestle on Twitter and Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else on social media. Smilee, thank you again. You get an opportunity to do your own outro. So where can they find you, Smilee?
You can find me on Twitter talking shit at SmileeBWR. That's Smilee with 2 E's.
There we go. Smilee with 2 E's. If you're watching it, her handle's on the bottom of her video because I put it there on purpose. Will Tarashok.
Hey.
Yeah, it's me. It's Willie T. I think I haven't done that outro in a long time. My name is Will Tarashuk. T is in Thomas. ARASHUK, the founder of this glorious podcast, 320 episodes strong. Yeah, you can laugh all you want, Smilee. You're welcome, by the way. My shenanigans.
Because I literally just remember you saying that in the video we made in WrestleMania. And Ambassador Vince going, I don't know that white guy.
I probably said that. Yeah, I probably did. I'm not sorry, Will.
It sounds like something that we would do. But hey, that's fine. It is what it is. It be what it be. It do what it do. Find my shenanigans, Talk with Tarashuk podcast, anywhere and everywhere podcast can be found. I got a lot of great guests, including a lot of military vets coming up in the next 2 weeks. So a lot of fun stuff happening there. My birthday's tomorrow. So don't forget to wish me a happy birthday.
Yay. Awesome. So yeah, that's totally right. Happy birthday, Will. Yeah, that's a thing. Sorry. It happens.
I'm turning 28, and the age doesn't matter.
I'll ruin your life on the post show about your age of 28. So yeah, when we come back next week, maybe we'll have another guest. Maybe we won't. We've got a lot of people who want to be our guests. I found a guy on TikTok that wants to be a guest host, which would be pretty cool.
I found someone in Miami who wants to be a guest.
Nice.
So
It's going to be a fun time.
Which person on TikTok? Because I know too many of those people on TikTok.
I'll figure it out. They messaged us on TikTok, so I'll definitely get back to them. So when we come back next week, we'll talk about the fallout from Elimination Chamber, and then we'll also try to figure out if Sami Zayn is alive, even walking, audible, conscious. Well, we don't know. We'll find out on Saturday, and we'll talk about it next Wednesday. So until then, folks, goodbye, good night, thank you, Smilee, for returning, and one more thing. Fuck you, Slack. Fuck you, Slack. We'll see you next week. This has been a Wrestle Addict Radio branded podcast.